Okay, welcome forward, U.S. Virgin Islands Chess Federation, admins, coaches, players, staff member, guys. Welcome to the exciting season of the FIDE Ratings Tournament saga held in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. Guys, a real shout out and a thanks to Michael Smith for arbitering the event and officiating, Margaret for putting on the tournament and going through so much to make sure that we get our players who want to get actively rated in the Federation, in the St. Croix Chess Club. Guys, welcome. This is your host, Colin Heim, U.S. Virgin Islands chess operator and instructor, guys. And we are going to go over a game from the third round, ratings tournament number 3, guys, held at the deep end, okay? And this video, we are going to feature Anthony Mongiello with the white pieces, and he was facing off against Justin M. Hare, Olympiad player at Chennai, India, board number 3. Okay, guys, so in this game, Justin had the black pieces. And guys, this was the premier game of the event. This was a 3-player Swiss tournament. And this was the first round. And this game was played on board 1. And in this game, Anthony opened with pawn to d4. Now, guys, we have covered some games already in the series, my own personal games from the tournament, but now we're going to look at Justin's game. And guys, let's show how Justin demonstrates for us in classical chess, because in my opinion, guys, Justin's classical chess is really something to be admired. I have played against Justin now 5 times in FIDE rated tournaments, and I'm just seeing his game improve and get better. I'm pretty sure that him and I are virtually even now in classical chess. He might even be slightly better in some cases. I don't know exactly, but we'll just have to find out as the future goes. But guys, again, like mentioned previously in this forward, guys, let's take a look at this FIDE ratings game held at the deep end, which was a beautiful venue, by the way. We had such a great time on Friday, and let's get right into this game, which I felt was, again, the most important game with some really cool themes. And Anthony and Justin, you guys played really well this game. We know that one side kind of had a breakdown towards the end, but that doesn't really matter because the middle game was so important, and you guys demonstrated in the opening in this game, and I want my learners, guys at ISV, right? I want you guys to study this opening and watch how these two experienced players at ISV play. Okay, guys, thank you for that. Sorry for the long introduction. Okay, so again, D2, D4 by Anthony, as he does mostly on a day. Anthony is a D4 player, and Michael responds with the Indian game, knight to F6, knight to F3, and G6. Okay, so Justin's hinting at that he wants a King's Indian defense. With bishop to G7, the most played move is just C4, but instead Anthony's going to opt for the London system. He's going to go for the London against Justin's King's Indian defense, okay? And let's see how Justin demonstrates for us after E3, which is a book move, right, guys? So Anthony just went for the book line, okay? E2, E3. Justin castled in the short, and knight from B to D2. Well, guys, it's better in this position just to play knight to C3, okay, for my beginners. Knight to C3 is sharper. That way, if black goes for C5, right, and white decides to take immediately, we can actually play B6. And if white wants to continue development with maybe like bishop to C4, well, now I can develop my knight to C6. White can castle, and yeah, in this position, yeah, just take the C5 pawn, and the game can continue. You can even play like A3 in this position, and I like this for both sides. I think there's equal chances. So let's get right back to the action, guys. Okay, and a little virtual analysis there. Good stuff. Okay, so in the game we saw knight from B to D2 by Anthony, and D5 striking in the center. Well, guys, the book move in this position is just D6, but Justin wants to shoot immediately for the center with D5, and I like D5. It's more modern and provocative, and I really think this is definitely what we should do. with black if we're shooting for this Indians game, right? This King's Indian game. Okay, bishop to d3, and now knight from b to d7. Well, guys, again, in this position for both black and team white, it's better just to go to c6. But we saw knight from b to d7, so switching things up a little bit. Now mirroring white's position of the knights, right, in each side of the camp. Short castles now finally from Anthony, and c5. Guys, c5 is the move to play in this position, okay? If you guys end up going for a rook to e8 a little early, well then white can also go rook to white can go rook to a1, and now if we play c5, right, it's just a little too late if we chop, and then knight is not supposed to capture in this position, guys. Why are we not supposed to capture here with a knight? You guys got any ideas? You guys see the line? Well, guys, white is going to end up winning the e-file here, okay? White is doubling up, and sure, you could capture here. I'll capture with a pawn, and, well, I think it's safe to say that, white is going to rule the center here, even if I capture here, right? White is still doing much better, and black is just not organized. Short takes here. Okay, we attack the bishop, and we drop back to g7. But now that means that we get to push. And after, let's just say, black pushes, or does not push and takes, well, then queen takes. And I think we're doing very well here with the white pieces. Okay, now b7 is very weak, and the knights are getting ready to jump. Okay, one line could go like this, and I think we're sitting pretty here. Yeah, lift the rook, and white's doing much better despite black having the bishop pair in that line. Okay, guys? Good stuff. So all of that just for c5. So c5 played by Justin, very well played, and c2, c3 by Anthony. Okay. Well, Justin gets to push c4 now, right, guys? Because we see that the c4 square is unoccupied and it's open, and we might as well attack the bishop, right? So Anthony's going to place his bishop on c2, which is the best square, by the way, played by Anthony. Bishop to c2 was the best place and the best move, okay? Knight to h5 now, guys, played by Justin, and I love this because this is very much sort of like my style in an Indian game. Well, guys, the best move in the position is just to go to g5, okay? And maybe Anthony did or did not spot this. But if in this position now black decides to go for f6 and white decides to drop back to h4, then if black decides to play g5 in this position, well, actually, guys, we can just sacrifice here and give up the minor piece for initiative. F takes on g5, bishop takes on g5, and now we see that the knight here that was developed by black on h5 is now in the scope of the queen. Okay, so we have to drop this knight back, and queen f3 can come, and white is doing just fine despite being down a minor piece because the king side is very vulnerable there. Okay, there's no more pawns protecting that king that got castled in the short side. Okay, all right, guys, so let's continue with what happened in the game. Anthony played the move bishop to g3. Justin captured immediately. Knight captures on g3, and h captures on g3, played by Anthony. Okay, and now the follow-up is striking in the center by Justin, and I really love this move, guys, without looking at the notes below or using the notes below to maybe study and look at the solution. Guys, find the best move for white in the position after I give you a couple of seconds. So we've just exchanged a set of minor pieces. Now there's double pawns on the g file for team white. White needs to come up with something here, guys. Find the best move for white in the position. For my beginners at home at ISV, guys, set this up over the board maybe. During this virtual analysis, pause the video and find the move we need to play for white here. Okay, guys, well, Anthony just captured. The move is d captures on e5, and this is going to have a center exchange of minor pieces. Justin captured with the knight first, okay, on e5, encouraging white to capture with the horse on f3. Knight captures on e5, and we have bishop captures on e5. Guys, we're about 9.5 minutes in. Congratulations if you guys have made it this far today. Colin Heim, host and operator, instructor, U.S. Virgin Islands Chess Federation at ISV at home and abroad. Guys, let's continue with what happened in this game as we were only about 13 moves in. So let's keep going. Okay, so after that exchange in the center, Anthony says, well, I'm going for f4 and I'm going to kick your bishop back, sir. And that's exactly what happened. Well, f6 and g7 and h8 are also all excellent moves. But g7 is the most accurate, and Justin knew that with black here, okay, in his Indian game. So well played by Justin, guys. g4. Well, g4 was the first mistake of the game on move 15. Guys, let's find a better move for Anthony in this position after I give everyone a couple of seconds. Find the best move for Anthony. Well, guys, if we just pick up that queen and go to f3, that's the strongest move, okay? Now we're ready to push the e-pawn someday, and if Justin does decide to get on the e-file with his rook, well, I can still push. If takes, takes. I can even take with the bishop here, guys, and now look, b7 is in trouble. The bishop is already protected by the knight and the queen, well, okay, that hangs the knight, so we can't play that. We actually have to take with the horse. Sorry for that line, guys. I kind of messed that one up. And if black goes for bishop to f5, well, then we can just play rook to c1. And if takes, takes, right? And yeah, I mean, b2 is going to be under attack. But we could go here and attack the queen. Queen's going to drop all the way back. Let's just say to d1 or maybe even d6. So that's one line. Okay, guys, good stuff. Thank you guys for following along and paying attention. That was a little more virtual analysis. That did not happen in the game, guys. Instead, we saw g4 by Anthony. And now, guys, find the move for Justin in this position, the star move. Be aggressive and be a chess player, right? No time for passive moves in this position. When g4 is given in a situation like this, guys, queen to h4, and yes, I know the engine does not like this. Instead, it wants us to go to b6 and go after the e3 pawn. And now there's no way to push the e3 pawn because now that makes progress from the queen to the white king. That is correct, guys. Okay, g4. All right, I like it anyway. We're going to h4, and I love this move. Let's continue. g5. g5 is excellent. Now it sort of traps the queen in a sense. I tell you guys, in this position, if I had black pieces, I would have just played bishop to h3 one time. And now if takes, takes, we can either give perpetual, or we can just start pushing the h-pawn and going forward. And after g5 was played, Justin just went for f6. He wants to open up the f-file. Anthony found the best move in the position after f6, and the follow-up is knight to f3, going after the queen. Very well played by Anthony. He made up for his mistake on g4 and now plays knight to f3, so very well played. Well, guys, we can either evade the attack of the horse by either going to g4 or g3. And in this game, Justin decided to push forward and go to g3. Excellent. Well played by Justin. And this allows, guys, for Anthony to capture now on the d5 square with check to the black king. Justin's not worried in this position, though, after king to h8, knight, queen d5, because this horse on f3 is going to be the problem piece in this attack. Okay, guys, so queen d5 check, king h8. And, guys, can we find the move here for Justin after I give everyone a couple of seconds? What did Justin play? Can you guys guess the move found by Justin in this position? After rook from a to d1. Very well played by Anthony, too, doubling up on the d-file. Well, guys, here's the shot one time. This is the move that we talked about earlier, bishop to h3, right? And now this puts a pin on this g2 square. So I think that despite maybe Anthony making one small mistake, that Justin really found out how to sort of punish white in this position, conducting the black pieces. Guys, let's continue. Okay, so rook to f2. Anthony does the best job of defending the onslaught on the g2 pawn. So excellent, well played. Justin's going to swing his rook over to e8. I thought Justin played really well in this game, guys, okay? Queen takes on b7, and now we have rook takes on e3. Rook to d2. It's very clear that Anthony now wants to go after g7, and this is a very critical moment in the game. Only a few more moves were played. Excuse me, guys, rook to d7. After rook captures on e3, Anthony played the move rook from f to d2, now doubling up on the d-file, and this is the critical position of the game. Both players are going all out, trying to attack each other's kings, and one side is going to prevail. So let's see who does it, guys, in this online virtual tutorial. Let's go, guys, from this FIDE ratings tournament. Very serious stuff. Bishop to g4 now, going after the knight, as we saw the problem piece earlier as mentioned. Well, queen captures on a7 was not best. Guys, it was best to just keep the defense and go back to go back to f2 and keep the defense of the g2 pawn so that nothing falls apart. For example, if black does decide to capture here, now we'll takes, and everybody's doing just fine, no problems. But we did not see that in the game, guys. Instead, after rook to d2 and bishop to g4, queen captures on a7 as mentioned by Anthony, and now rook captures on f3 going off of that line that we just went through previously. And now, guys, Justin, after rook captures on f3, is clearly winning. Rook to d7 now. Anthony's making it clear for certain that the g7 square is a major weakness, and maybe he's going to try to mate. But that doesn't work, guys, because the bishop on g4 square is guarding d7 square. So rook captures. And Justin doesn't even have to actually defend here. Justin can just check here first. He actually didn't have to defend. And then after this, and white is getting checkmated, rook h1. So there's no time. Black isn't time to mate first, okay? But instead, Justin wanted to play it safe. Maybe he didn't calculate that line. But rook to g8 and bishop to e4 going after the bishop. And now, guys, after rook captures on f4, which is just as good, rook to d1, and now capturing on e4, that hangs the e4 bishop, guys. And it was in this position that Anthony resigned. You guys played really, really well in this game, and this was by far the premier game of the FIDE ratings tournament number 3 in St. Croix at ISV. And you guys need to give yourselves a round of applause. Everyone who is learning, this is definitely a game to learn from. I suggest you guys go back to the opening of this game and watch and learn from these two very experienced players, guys. And if we have any questions about the opening, you guys should leave it in the comments below, or ask me, or send me an email or something if you guys have any more questions. I want to thank you guys. Much more to come. I'm about to make some more videos today. It's Sunday, March the 11th, year 2023. And guys, everybody take care of yourselves. Rest, play chess, and see you guys on the other side of the chessboard on Wednesdays and Saturdays at US Virgin Islands Chess Federation. Guys, it's your host Colin signing off. Take care, and bye-bye for now.